Maybe they don't have enough patience. your local school or group looking to raise money?
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
Good evening, football fans. From Don Roof Field here on the campus of Lewiston High School, this is Maine Class A football. Bonnie Eagle against Lewiston High School. This is Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson. Jeff, it's a pretty nice night compared to what they were talking about.
Yeah, we were supposed to get rain and wind, and we have neither, so it's perfect.
Yeah, and a heated booth. Because we do have the window open, but it is a heated booth. Let me go over, folks. We're on the MBR network coming here from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth, by the way. Bonnie Eagle, they started the season. I was there for that. They beat Edward Little 49-6. The second game of the season, they beat Scarborough 18-7. I think that kind of was a measuring stick, if you will, for them to find out where they fit. The third week of the season, they beat Bonnie Eagle 42-21. The fourth week of the season, they beat Oxford Hills 33-21. I was there. That was a really close game, and they put it away late in the fourth quarter. And then last Saturday, they lost to Thornton Academy 21-14 in a really close game. Thornton Academy scored late to win that one. As far as Lewiston is concerned, they come in at 1-4. They started the season, they lost to Oxford Hills 40-0 at Oxford Hills. They came home for their home opener, and they beat Bangor 32-27 in a Donnybrook, back and forth, and they scored late to win that one, and then held on. They lost to Thornton Academy 43-7. They lost to Coney 44-28, and again, a pretty close game with a couple of mistakes here and there, or else they could have won that game, I believe. And then last week, Sanford lost their quarterback during the game, and they lost to Sanford 39-18. So really, they're 1-4, but talking with the AD, because I haven't seen them play, I think take away a couple mistakes and a couple turnovers, and they're 500 and looking to move up in the playoff race. Jeff, why don't you go ahead and give us the three keys to the game for each side?
Well, starting with Bonnie Eagle, Bonnie Eagle needs to first stay focused. Coach Cooper has said that sometimes they have a little problem and they lose their focus with their game plan. So their main key tonight is just stay focused on what they do well. Secondly, they need to run the ball effectively so they can maintain clock possession and get that clock run down the way they like to do that. And thirdly, their quarterback, Keegan Meredith, who is an outstanding player, he needs to be sharp tonight in all phases of the game. So those are their three keys for Bonnie Eagle. For the home Blue Devils from Lewiston, they must cut down on their mistakes and limit them so that they don't give any extra opportunities to the Scots tonight. Secondly, they need to get off to a fast start. So they need to make sure that they are playing up to their best right off the very beginning. They do not want to fall behind and try to have to play catch-up. And third, they are going to use their key, which is use their speed to their advantage tonight. So they are hopefully going to get those 3 things down, cut down their mistakes, get off to a fast start, and use their speed to their advantage tonight. So those will be the 3 keys for each team tonight, David. We'll see if those things play out.
Yeah, because we're off to a good start. I forgot to let Conrad know we were doing the keys of the game, but he did get them up, so that's a good thing. We're going to take a short break. This is MBR.com. We're coming to you from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth, and we're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back after this.
Inside the Franklin Athletic Complex. Fans are also reminded of those people they are sitting next to. Please watch your language. The use of profanity will be strictly prohibited.
They try to put me back in as quick as possible. The doctors and physical therapists try to tell you what's wrong right away so you can just get it fixed and get back to what you're doing and have your normal life or try to be even better than what you were before.
It's important for a parent to have someone here in Saco, close to the Biddeford-Saco area, because we have a lot of sports teams. When you have your daughter or son that's injured, in my case, my daughter, it's nice to know that you have someone local, someone that you can trust, and someone that is expert in sports injuries.
We're back. Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson on a really almost a perfect night so far anyway. I don't see any stars, so I don't know if that means
we're under cloud.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're not supposed to get rain until tomorrow morning.
Because I'm going to Maine tomorrow for homecoming. I'm hoping it doesn't rain the entire game. I had one of those. You ready for this story? I go to Maine with Walker and a couple of my friends from Skowhegan. It's been a tradition. We get soaked. And we're going, so I said, look, the game's pretty much over. I'm going to walk up because our car was a ways away. I'll go get the car. I want to change my jeans and whatever, and I'll come back and pick you guys up. Well, I had gloves on because it was a chilly, rainy day. Pull my gloves off. We get down to Pat's Pizza, and I look at my hand. My wedding ring's gone. Yeah, 42 years worth. So I go back to the original spot, and I look in the back of my car. I never found it.
In the gloves?
No, that's what I said. First thing, in the gloves. I looked in the back of my car. I looked everywhere.
Wow.
I crawled around on the ground at Maine trying to find it next to where my car was parked. Nothing doing. Yeah. So I have a new wedding ring after 42 years. So
who are they playing tomorrow?
The Richmond Spiders.
That's a good contest for them.
That'll be a good one. Yeah. I think they said they play 3 teams from Virginia right off here. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they got William and Mary coming up too.
Yeah.
They hockey team took it on the chin this week.
Boy, I don't understand. I've heard him speak at clinics. I know him. I'm not a friend. He wouldn't say, Dave who? That's what he'd say. But when they won the Stanley Cup, when he was an assistant for the Devils, he brought it to Maine because he knows all these guys. He coached here before as an assistant. And we all got a chance to handle the cup and so on and so forth. And boy, when they said he's going to be the next coach, I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be fantastic. And boy, he has just struggled. I don't know. I know they missed Stanbrook, the recruiting coordinator. He retired, and that certainly in that game is the answer. In college, if you don't have a great recruiting people, could be a problem.
You're not recruiting 16, 17-year-old kids now. You're getting 18, 19, 20-year-old kids who are coming 2 years out of prep school, going to 2 years to juniors, and now you're coming out to play.
Yeah,
much older.
Especially in hockey. I think hockey probably more than any others. The kids are older. I've said this before. My daughter went to Connecticut College, which is Kobe Bates Bowden. It's the same league. And she played field hockey and ice hockey, and she was the only public school kid on the hockey team. The only. For 4 years. The only. So
likewise with my son in Hamilton.
Sure.
The only.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sport is something about, I've said, when you look at, I kid the MPA about, when you look at classification of teams, it's strictly on enrollment right now, but I said, I don't care if you've got 4,000 kids in your school in Maine, If you're 2.5 hours from a rink, you're not going to have a good hockey team. Parents and those kids are growing up. Parents are not going to drive 2.5 hours so they can practice somewhere. Now they'll do crazy stuff. You know that. You and I both did it when our kids were little. But Jeff and I, by the way, coached youth hockey for a long time together. So, but anyway, some of those sports are just a little different, and certainly hockey is one of those. And I've always felt football was because of the nature of the physicality. Yeah. That it's a little different. When you have to play up a class, when you cross over and whatever, they got more kids to choose from. They're going to find 2 diamonds in the rough every time, that kind of thing. So,
yeah, the hockey has changed. Now the advent of junior teams in Lewiston and 1 and 2 in Auburn now, which normally hadn't rated those high school ranks. They have gone into that high school rank to get people to play, and that is going to hurt your public school with kids that may be playing the junior route and not playing high school hockey.
Well, some of the places like Vermont, it's so spread out, even more than we are. They really have hardly anything in high school. Everybody plays. It's not AAU in hockey, but it's like that, so fans would understand. Yeah. So going back to our game tonight, I think that I interviewed Darren Hartley yesterday. He talked about being excited and ready to go without being anxious, and to cut down on their mistakes, just like we said in the pregame. They got to start fast and not make mistakes. And Bonnie Eagle's just a quality program. Kevin Cooper, I think they've won 6 state championships since he's been there, 5 or 6, and they're just a really good program. And you got to play. You can't make a lot of mistakes, and you got to start fast if you're going to play with them.
Yeah, Oxford Hills last week really played well in the first half and was ahead at halftime.
21-12.
Yeah, and obviously Coach Cooper made some, as you said, some blocking adjustments, and all of a sudden this game turns into a 33-21 win, and he shuts the Hills out at half. So obviously he's very experienced and has a team that obviously tough loss for them, last week with Thornton, but a game that they were in right until the very end. So they are they're a well-coached team.
Yeah, and I think what they're doing is they're vying for one of those top 4 spots. So during the playoffs, they get home games. All 8 teams are going to make the playoffs, but only the top 4 will have home games, and then of course in the second round, only the highest seeds. So and they're not reseeding. It's an actual bracket. So it's going to be important to be in that upper echelon, which they are. They're second right now because it gives you at least 1 home game, maybe 2.
Yeah, you want to be 1 or 2. You want to be 1 or 2 so you can host that semifinal game.
Absolutely.
And get yourself into that. So
So they're going to announce the starting lineups. We'll take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back. We're coming here from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. This is MBR.
When you get hurt, we know you want to get right back into the game or back to the activity you love. With Ortho Access, Maine's only orthopedic walk-in clinic, you don't need an appointment. Plus, you'll save money compared to an emergency room visit. With locations in southern and central Maine, access to an orthopedic specialist is even easier. The orthopedic team at Spectrum Healthcare Partners. We're here to keep you out there.
We are back. This is Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson here at Don Rue Field on the campus of Lewiston High School for tonight's Class A battle between the Bonnie Eagles Scots and the Lewiston Blue Devils. It's ended up being a really nice night for football. It's not hot. It's not too cold. There's a little bit of a wind, although I can't see the flag. Oh, it's just kind of hanging there. It's been a little bit of a wind, but it's not outrageous. The captains are meeting for Lewiston. Number 3, that's Dylan Jackson. And number 81, that is Dion Hunt. And for the Scots, number 12, that's
Sean Brilliant.
Sean Brilliant.
Yep.
Brilliant, yeah. So that's number 6, Nate Ferris, one of the halfbacks. And number 70, is it 71? I can't really see the number. Yeah, can't see it. We'll get it in a second, folks. I'll try to pay attention to who wins the toss so we know what they decide to do. So the visiting team will get the call here on what they want to call. Official going over the expectations for the game. One of the NFL games, a little controversy about who shook hands and who didn't, and there's the toss.
The tape proved that he shook hands.
Yeah, he did. But it did fire his team up when he told them he didn't.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like Lewiston won the toss. Is that what it looked like to you?
Captain 75 is Will Horton.
Will Horton.
Offensive and defensive lineman for Bonnie Eagle.
So, sorry, Bonnie Eagle deferred. So they will be kicking off. And you can see on your screen Bonnie Eagle going from left to right. So we're ready to go, Jeff. Kind of anxious to get this going. I haven't seen Lewiston this year.
Me neither.
And I've seen Bonnie Eagle several times, but I haven't seen Lewiston. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how they do. I said, I think one of the keys is they've got to get a fast start. They can't go behind 14-0 because Bonnie Eagle just run the clock out on them.
Yes.
They're running attack. And they change it up. Like I said, we saw wham block in the second half a lot. We saw some counter. Saw a halfback option pass from Maturo. So got to look for that stuff. So back deep for the Blue Devils. Number 2, Caden Karen. Number 27, that is Ben Pelletier. And is that number 15? 16, Donovan Jackson. So Bonnie Eagle ready to kick. And there it is, the kick. It's going to be short. It's going to take a bounce. Picked up at about the 20-yard line. He's got an opening there. Going to get a nice return out to about the 31, 32-yard line. That was Donovan Jackson. So the Blue Devils will take over on their own 31-yard line. Whoops, forgot to turn the clock on. It says 12 minutes right on the nose. So should be a few seconds off on that thing. Yeah, I can hear him over a couple booths over from us talking about the clock. So I formation and up under center for the Blue Devils. And here's a handoff deep. Oh, nice cut back and a nice run. Going to pick up first down, I believe.
Yeah,
that's number 3, Dylan Jackson. Wow, that was a nice looking play. It looked like it was going right up the middle, and he kind of
it back out to the outside and found a seam and picked up the first down.
Looks like Cameron Karen. I wasn't sure that's who warmed up at quarterback, but that's who's in there right now. Cameron Karen, number 17. So splits on both sides. Slot to the left. He's going to go in motion. Going to stop. Jug his feet. Going to give a deep handoff out again. Wide again. Jackson. Boy, he's using some speed. I said I thought that was one of the keys.
Yep.
Coach Hartley, I've interviewed him every week, and he's talked about their team speed every week. And they need to take advantage of that. So it's going to be a pickup of about 7. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 3. Those are the things you want. Yeah. 2nd and 3, not 2nd and 10.
Well, Jackson is quick to the outside. They run that play once to the left, once to the right. It's been successful both times.
Ball right at midfield. Snap back to the quarterback. He's going to get up in tight. It's going to be close. See where they mark it. You know, it's one of the rules that they've changed over time that I don't like. I don't like aiding the runner. It just seems like it's a big pile, and then I don't know. They don't know when to say
first down.
They don't know when to say this forward progress is stopped, and I just think there's too much confusion. They've changed the rule at every level, by the way, so they didn't listen to me. First down.
I would think more than confusion is somebody getting hurt.
Well, yeah, no question, because it looks like rugby, you know, and so 10:37 to go, losing 2 consecutive first downs in the shotgun. There's a handoff up inside. Oh, nice spin move by Jackson again. Going to pick up a couple tough yards. Cameron Karen in the shotgun that time. Looks like he's going to pick up, picked up, good 3, almost 4. So 2nd down and 7, I guess.
They had positive yards on every play.
Good takeoff up front and good speed in the backfield.
This opening drive has been just what they wanted. Cut down mistakes and get off to a fast start. They've done those 2 things.
Double splits on both sides. Karen back. Got a pass on the go out in the flat. It was a pick. Yep. It was picked. See a number there?
Number 1, Jacob Humphrey on the interception.
Humphrey on the interception. They were in his zone, and he just stepped up and picked it off. So, boy, a really promising initial drive for the Blue Devils, and then they're going to turn it over. And the Scots will take it over on their own 43-yard line. Own 43-yard line, 1st and 10.
Now he's throwing an out pattern to the sideline and just didn't get it to the outside shoulder. Left it a little bit too far inside,
and it's a long pass.
And Humphrey made a good play on the ball.
Meredith at quarterback. He's going to bring Maturo back with him. There's the handoff to him. He cuts one way and then back up inside, and he's close to a first down. Almost like a mirror of what we saw. Zach Maturo, I keep wanting to say Maturo. He's played some quarterback, kind of in the Wildcat, and he's played a lot of halfback. Been very good for them. They've featured Nate Ferris and Maturo in the backfield with Keegan Meredith. So Meredith in the gun. He's got tripped to the right. He's going to throw the ball to Maturo. He's got a couple blockers out front. And he's going to pick up about 15 yards down to about the Lewiston 34-yard line before he's out of bounds.
It was a nice play by Keegan Whiting to save that, because if he had gotten the corner, he was gone. That was a nice tackle by Whiting on that play.
Yeah, it was Trips and Maturo just simply ran out behind the other two guys. Meredith threw in the ball, and he had a couple blockers in front of him right away. So they're going to do Trips to the right this time, and double split, empty backfield for Meredith. He's going to go and up
Maturo
wide is
again.
Maturo again. And the ball, it looked like the ball was on the ground. It's hard to know whether it was a fumble or just incomplete. I guess they're going to say he was down. So I guess it was a completion. Going to pick up about 9 with 8:42 to go here in the opening stanza here at Lewiston High School.
We're gonna find out if this was.
Let's Fishers are going to talk. Can we take a look at that, Conrad, or not? No, too late. Yeah, if we I should have thought of it quicker. If we do it right away, we can get a replay on that. Something I haven't had before, so I'm going to have to work on that, Jeff. A little quicker on the draw.
I could not see from
our
vantage point here whether it was incomplete, or whether he fumbled the ball.
Yeah, his body was between us and the ball, and so
they are calling a completed pass.
They had a little conference, so everybody got a chance to look at it, and it's going to be 2nd and 1 at the 26-yard line. Quick pass out in the flat again. And again, good yardage for the first down. Nice tackle on the corner. But again, first down for the Scots. I think that was Maturo again.
Yeah, Dylan Jackson on the tackle.
Yeah, Jackson on the tackle, Zach Maturo on the catch. So again, wide open, varied offense for the Scots. We expected them to come out running. Shows you what I knew.
Yep. So Maturo has come out. Now they're back into no spread.
Cam Gardner in the backfield. There's a quick handoff inside and a cut back. Nate Ferris. No, I'm sorry. Trent Nevels. Sorry. He's close. They say he didn't get in. He's going to have a first and goal. Looks like about the 1-yard line. Well, they said Ferris.
It was Ferris.
That's what I thought it was, but it's all of a sudden it looked like number 5. I think that's my eyes gotten to go on me. Huh?
That's why I've got my glasses on.
I think they went a long time ago, but.
Well, they got Ferris and Maturo in there both right now.
Okay, this is kind of like a wildcat now.
Yep.
With Meredith split out.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be Ferris right up the middle for the touchdown. So a promising beginning for the Blue Devils with an intercepted pass, and the Scots take it right down the field methodically. A little bit of running, but mostly throwing for the touchdown to make it 6-0 with 7:41 to go here in the opening stanza.
Good drive by Bonnie Eagle.
This is McDonald, I believe, for the extra point. I told you an interesting story on that one. Here's the kick.
It's good.
It's good. The opening game against Ed Little, that makes it 7-0. Their extra point kicks were just horrible. And I said something like, boy, they're going to have to clean that up before they get much further into the season, and especially the playoffs. And the PA announcer said, no, McDonald isn't here. He's playing in a soccer game. He'll be here in a minute. So, with Meredith split out, here's the touchdown on replay. Right up the middle for the touchdown. So, really, pretty good hole right up the middle, and pretty hard to stop that. I've got to get used to. We said we'd try to do replays on touchdowns, and Conrad reminded me I already missed the first one.
Well, you looked at that drive. They started out,
at their own 43.
They started out in the shotgun. They ended up giving us a little wildcat. Then we went to trips. They showed three different variations in that drive.
Here's the kick. It's going to go to Jackson, Donovan Jackson. Nice cut up inside, and going to take the ball all the way out to the 36-yard line about. So another great return. Like I said, I think this is what's happened in the games. Lewiston has done some pretty decent things, and excuse me, a mistake here and there, and it changes the whole complexion of things. Cameron Karen over to get the play. He's going to go back to the huddle. Lewiston, I think Coach said he wasn't quite ready to put in the no huddle yet, so they're still a huddle up team.
Yeah.
Bonnie Eagle has remained look at me, get the signal, and let's go. Cameron gonna hand it wide. Dylan Jackson. Oh, he didn't get any yardage there. They were all over that.
They read that one well.
But again, you know that it was the same play we saw earlier. They're gonna lose about 6-8 yards.
Nick
Maybe
Klein
more.
in on the tackle on that one.
Oh, he's going to lose.
And he came from the backside to make that tackle. So, yeah, they stretched that play out, Coach Wing, and it did.
Yeah,
I wasn't able to cut it up.
I think the upside when you get some speed on the corners, you get the corner. The downside is if you don't get there, you're pretty deep when they make the tackle. Karen going to hand it off to Dylan Jackson again. Nothing doing there. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2, about 22 or 3. What do they say in the scoreboard? 26, they say in the scoreboard.
That's a ways.
It's a ways. So again, Cameron Karen going to come over and get the play from Coach Hartley's going back. This is one of those ones, there's not a lot of things on your play sheet for this. I got to be honest.
3rd and 23
They just don't, 3rd 23, they just don't on the list there. So they're going to split out wide. They're going to put Caden Karen on one side, out wide. They got a slot. He's going to Karen's trying to run it back against the grain, which has worked out pretty well for them. Oh, he makes a breakthrough, and he's going to be in for the first down. So much for not having a play on 3rd and 23.
Let's give it to the quarterback and let him run for 24.
It's interesting. Excuse me. If you had to ask me, I would say one of the things that Lewis has been successful is Bonnie Eagle is so quick to the ball that the cutbacks are incredible. Which has worked out pretty well for them. Those are the ones that I have to remember that I need to show the replay on that. So that was a heck of a play. 3rd and 23, and he made it. So man in motion to the right. Here's a quick handoff. Oh, cut back again. And there it is again. He's going to go up the sideline. Dylan Jackson, I got to be honest with you. If you were asking me, I'd say that's a scouting point that go against the grain because Bonnie Eagle is so quick to react to the ball, which you want kids to be. They're almost overrunning it. They're going to have somebody stay home.
Well, yeah, instead of over pursuing, they may have to have people who have to stay home with that.
Yeah, anchor end. So it's on the Bonnie Eagle 32, I guess I would say. 1st and 10. Nice drive for the Blue Devils. Here's the handoff to Jackson again, coming to the left. Oh, and he breaks a tackle. It looks like he stays in bounds. He's going to be out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Again, nice play. Nice run by Dylan Jackson. Again, I think the Blue Devils using their speed, Jeff. No question.
They are. It's one of their keys. Obviously, when they get the edge, he's making it happen.
Cameron Karen. He's got Dylan Jackson in the pistol. Double splits. Handoff over to the right side, and again a nice hole. Picked up, looks like about 4 or 5. See where they spot it. I got to be honest with you, even on the plays they don't cut back, Lewiston line up front's opening up some holes, Jeff. They really are.
I don't know who number 33 is. He's not listed on the roster, but he's playing in their backfield as fullback.
You know what happens? The day of the game, they forget their jersey, and the coach gives them another one. And we don't know that, and so
whoever it is, he had a nice block on that play to open up the hole.
There's a handoff again. It's number 22. Oh, they said Pelletier, 25. Sorry, 27.
Ben Pelletier.
27.
Flag on the play too.
Oops.
Yep.
You know, that's one of those. That was one of the keys. Not make those mistakes.
Yep.
Just personal foul. Oh, on Bonnie Eagle. So that's going to be half the distance from. Looks like about the 12. So it's going to take it down to the 6. Again, terrific drive by the Blue Devils.
So they're going to get first and goal here on the penalty.
So Pelletier in the backfield.
Well, this would be impressive to answer right back.
Oh, absolutely.
This would be impressive to answer right back.
With Cameron Karen. He's got splits on both sides. Bonnie Eagle in a 50. Long count. Here's a snap. Karen's going to keep it. He's going to try to go wide, and then he's going to cut back in, try to take advantage of the block, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown from 6 yards out. Cameron Karen looked like he was going to cut out Jeff, and then he just kept going.
Just kept bouncing it outside, bouncing it outside.
We're going to take a look at it. Here's the snap. Karen's going to keep it. He's going to try to go wide, and then he's going to cut back in, try to take advantage of the block, and he is. Maybe not. We have to catch it just right in order for it to replay. So, into kick. Is that number 10?
Josh Randall. Josh Randall.
Randall, ready to kick. 7-6. Bonnie Eagle with 3:59 to go in the opening quarter. The kick is up, and it is good. So as we come back up the field, it's tied 7-7 here with 3:59 to go in the opening period. This is MBR, and we're coming here from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. We'll be right back after these messages.
When you get hurt, we know you want to get right back into the game or back to the activity you love. With Ortho Access, Maine's only orthopedic walk-in clinic, you don't need an appointment.
I like the
Plus, you'll
graphics
save
on the
money
bottom.
compared to an emergency room visit. With locations in southern and central Maine, access to an orthopedic specialist is even easier. The orthopedic team at Spectrum Healthcare Partners. We're here to keep you out there.
.59, Lewiston kicking off after a nice drive. Kick is deep. It's going to be taken at about the 15-yard line. Cut back inside. Maturo. Boy, I'll tell you what, he is tough. Going to bring it all the way out to about the 37-yard line. Tied up. And again, this is the way the games have gone for Lewiston. They play tough, and they got to stay away from that big mistake. They already had one, the interception. It cost them a score because Bonnie Eagle took it right straight down the field. So if they continue to use their speed, they've had some good blocking up front. So this is Bonnie Eagle on the attack now. Meredith going to fake. He's going to throw it out in the flat. Nice catch by Maturo. He's got blocker on front of him again. And he splits the middle, and he's going to go all the way down to the Lewiston 38-yard line, it looks like.
It's probably close to 35 to 40-yard game.
Yeah, the ball was on the 37.
Yeah.
So, whoops, we got a hold on Bonnie Eagle as the initial signal. Oh, there's the flag. I was going to say I didn't see the flag. Looks like one of the wide receivers must have held somebody in order for him to get free.
Right.
So they're going to bring it back, folks. We'll look at it. Here's the snap. Karen's going to keep it. He's going to try to go wide, and then he's going to cut back in. Try to take advantage of the block, and he is. So we're going to bring it all the way back with 3:43. So negates a 35-yard little shuffle, well, a bubble screen, or I call it a slip screen.
Yeah.
So the Scots are going to put, oh, that's an illegal formation. They're going to break. Oh, they missed that one. Here's a nice pass, and the ball's down. Oh, they're going to call it a catch and a fumble. And so the Blue Devils are going to take the ball. Number 36. That is Garrett and Mack on the interception. You know, it's interesting. That was an illegal formation by the Scots. They had a split end, a tight end on the line of scrimmage and a split man and also up on the line of scrimmage. Should have been called back anyway.
He's got to be a step off.
Yes, he does. He can't cover an eligible receiver.
Correct.
So the Blue Devils, with 3:25 to go, they're going to have the ball on the Bonnie Eagle 30-yard line. Cameron at quarterback. He's going to look like he's going to throw this a run-pass option. He's going to juke a little bit and get, oh, and here's a late flag came from way back. Wow. Holding. That flag came from Auburn, I think, didn't it?
That came from the referee around the 45 yards.
Holy smokes, that thing, it looked like a missile.
He's thrown it 20 yards, so either he's got a really good arm or he's got a good weight in that flag.
Yeah, really. So the Blue Devils are going to be pushed back after a fumble recovery to give them a nice first down by Garrett and Mack. So it's going to now be, it's a spot foul, so it's going to be first and, looks like, what, 17?
Yeah.
Cameron going to come up on the center. He's got I formation. He's got Dylan Jackson in the I. And looks like Coach Outley's going to take a timeout. Timeout by Lewison. So this game, you know, we said didn't want to make the big mistake. They made one. Cost them a score. But I've been really impressed with their speed, their quick feet, the takeoff of the line.
Offensively, they have answered everything that Bonnie Eagles put up defensively on them. They've answered it back and then some.
Well, as you said, nothing like that in high school sports to be able to answer right away. That way, they didn't build up the anxiety that we haven't scored. Boom, they took it right down the field.
Yeah.
And Karen on the keeper from 6 yards out.
Then they get this turnover and see if they can get something positive out of this on the turnover.
So first and, well, they're saying 15. It looks on the field, well, I guess. First and 15, we'll call it. Now we're back in the shotgun. Karen in the gun. He's going to hand the ball out wide to Jackson. Here's a stretch. He gets a block outside and tries to cut back. He's got the penalty back. Looks like he picked up about 3 or 4 yards besides that. So, boy, oh boy, they are fast on the edges, aren't they?
They are. They have gotten the edge. They've had the edge all the time. And it just seems they know right exactly when to cut this thing to the outside. Yeah.
And it looks like they've had done a pretty good job up front to keep Bonnie Eagle from penetrating, other than that one time.
Dylan Jackson certainly has used his speed to his advantage on both these drives now from Lewiston.
Karen in the gun. He's going to drop straight back. Oh, he's got a man out here in the flat. Wide open. Oh, tries to cut back. And, takes a pretty good hit, but again, drives his way forward.
Number 9, Ben Dostey.
Ben Dostey. You know, boy, it's too bad. He kind of slipped a little bit. And but again, he picked up really positive yardage. It's going to bring up a, they may have to measure that, isn't it? It's right on the line.
Yep.
They are going to measure.
It's going to be close.
We're going to keep it right here. Again, it looked like he looked right down the middle and kind of looked everybody off. And then he hit the man in the flat. And again, he made a nice move and then took some punishment to get that last couple of yards to get close.
Dostey faked inside and then just slipped out. And nobody covered him. And he was wide open.
I think this is going to be down close. He may have this. It is. First down for the Blue Devils at the 20-yard line of Bonnie Eagle. So, again, the Blue Devils continuing to play very good football. This is Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson, coming from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth on MBR.
Well, they are using their speed to their advantage.
Oh, absolutely.
Right now.
You know, he's been saying that for the last 3 weeks, and I've interviewed him. I figured that ought to be a key to the game. So splits on both sides. We got a reset here. There's a handoff. Off tackle. He tries to spin out of it. Nothing doing there. Dylan Jackson. Again, I think anything that takes too much time inside doesn't seem to be working.
Right.
The things on the edge have been pretty successful for them. So second down and about 11 now. On the Bonnie Eagle 21-yard line. 7-7 with 1:28 to go on a great night for football.
Winds died down.
In spite of all the gloom and doom we heard.
Yeah.
Tight end left. They got a splits on both sides. Karen on the center. He's going to fake and bootleg to the right.
Fake. He's got him.
He had him in open. Oh, threw it up easy.
Oh, they were lucky that wasn't picked off.
Yeah, I think I understand what he wanted to do. He thought the man was open, but because he kind of looped it, he was lucky that wasn't picked off. The fake on that, Jeff, was perfect.
It was. I was wondering if he was going to try to turn that up and run.
That would be the other thing, and we haven't seen whether. I mean, he ran in for the touchdown, so yeah, I think that may be something they can come back to later on with him keeping the ball, because everybody certainly was dropping back. Karen going to drop straight back. He's throwing into the end zone. Oh, just incomplete. Nice bid. I'm thinking they're probably going to go for this. What do you think? They can't kick either way. So
I don't think they. No, he's going.
There's no sense. There's certainly no sense punting, and this is going to be that would be a heck of a field goal for a high school kicker. So let's see what Coach Otley has.
38-yarder.
See what Coach Otley has up his sleeve. Going to drop straight back. I tell you, that bootleg. He's throwing into the end zone. Again with that option for him to run. Oh, there's always that option on a bootleg. But nice bid. I'm thinking they're probably going to. So let's see. Karen, the sophomore. See what he's got up his sleeve. He's got Dylan Jackson in the backfield with him. Going to drop straight back. We saw him doing screen pregame. Oh, he made a nice adjustment to taking a nice cut. He's going to be cool. He's got a first down. I saw them working on it in pregame, Jeff.
Yeah.
Perfect. And he made a terrific cut. Hey, he's a terrific back. Dylan Jackson he's got a first on the Karen screen up the middle. I saw him. He made a nice cut to take it down to the Bonnie Eagle 7-yard line.
All three of those down linemen for Bonnie Eagle just came and no one picked the back up from the linebacking position.
First and goal. Bonnie Eagle shifting their down people. Karen going to get to the outside again. And he is in for another touchdown. Dylan Jackson on the touchdown from 7 yards out this time. We're going to take a look at it. Down people. There he is. Going to get to the outside. Those defenders on the edge. Got a nice drop from 14 on the corner. That's Evan Williams. Jackson. I finally got one of those right. The replay. So Karen again. From 7 this time. And the kick is up, and it is good. So, as they come up the field with 14 seconds left, it's Blue Devils 14, Bonnie Eagles 7. We'll be right back after this 30-second message. Karen going to get to the outside again, and he is in for another touchdown. Dylan Jackson on the
They try to put me back in as quick as possible. The doctors and physical therapists try to tell you what's wrong right away so you can just get it fixed and get back to what you're doing and have your normal life or try to be even better than what you were before.
It's important for a parent to have someone here in Saco, close to the Biddeford-Saco area, because we have a lot of sports teams. When you have your daughter or son that's injured, in my case, my daughter, it's nice to know that you have someone local, someone that you can trust, and someone that is expert in sports injuries.
We are back, and there's the kick. It's going to be taken at about the 17-yard line. Maturo, to the sideline. He's got some running room. Oh, we got flags coming from all over the place. I don't know if that's blocking the back or a face mask. They were thrown from two different directions.
Back judge got one, referee got the other.
See what the signals are here. With 5 seconds to go here in the opening stanza, Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson. Personal foul against Bonnie Eagle. That's going to take him back. Of course, we don't get the number. Not that we'd want to call that out, but block in the back. Is that what it was?
I don't know. Waiting for him to signal again to see.
It's so, kids get so anxious to try to make a difference on a special team play, and it's almost like you can't, the pros, you can't even see a kick anymore without a block on the back. But doesn't look like he's going to give us a signal again. So it's going to bring it back.
That's
15-yard penalty.
I saw him give.
Put his hand behind his head after he gave the personal foul. So the Scots now, they've got Meredith in the backfield, Maturo in the backfield, and it looks like Ferris. Can't see the number. It's either Ferris or Neville's. Oh, handoff, nice hole. It's Maturo. Going to pick up about 8. They, they open those holes very nicely. And they're it's called Look at Me, where everybody stands and looks in the sideline because that's the end of the period. We're going to keep it here. 14-7, Blue Devils. Kind of a surprise, Coach.
It is. But you know what? They have answered everything that Bonnie Eagle has done defensively with 2 long drives that have resulted in scoring touchdowns by Cam Karen. And he is offensively right now, Lewiston has it going. Absolutely, they've got it going.
Yeah, and he ran a 3rd and 23 when we were kind of laughing, saying there's no play in the playbook for that. And it was a run-pass option and he ran against the grain back to this sideline and up the sideline and bowled over a couple people right at the end to pick up the first down. Yeah, you're right. They have done all the things they needed to do, just like you said during the pregame.
Yeah.
Get off to a fast start.
Use their
cut down on mistakes. Use their speed. We've seen all of those things. Yeah. Although they did make one mistake, the pass interception, and almost a second one.
But they answer that almost interception with a first down run on 4th and whatever. And
4th and 14 or whatever it was.
Keep the drive going.
Excuse me. So the Scots now with the ball on the 35-yard line. Oh, a big hole. This is Ferris with a spin, and he's going to take it into Lewiston territory, and we got I don't know, I guess that's a flag.
That is a flag.
It's a different color.
It is Cancer Awareness Week, so she...
Oh, okay, there we go. We have a female official. Nice. Probably a face mask, I'm going to guess. This is Ferris with a spin, and he's going to take it into Lewiston territory. She looks like she's saying it really pulled the head, so I guess that's a major variety. Personal foul, face mask. Oh,
this is Ferris
against Bonnie
with
Eagle.
A spin.
I guess I didn't see that. We have seen some the stiff arm now. We've seen some grabbing of the face mask, which is illegal. You can touch it, but you can't grab it. And so that's going to take Bonnie Eagle back. It's a 15-yard penalty. And it's, they got the first down. So
it's a spot foul. Out of the foul, so they still gain a first down out of it. Except they lose close to almost 20 yards in yardage due to where the spot of the foul was.
So Meredith in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Ferris, straight up the, started to the right and then cut right up the gut for the first down. I mean, gaping hole there.
Yeah. They're going back to running the ball.
Yeah,
key number 2.
I thought key number 2, run the ball, and I think somebody sent that message in with 11:34 to go until halftime, with the Blue Devils kind of a surprising 14-7 lead. So the Scots looking over and then looking on their wristbands to see what the play is. They got splits on both sides. Ooh, little lean there. Meredith hands it off. And a pickup of about 7 by Ferris again. They use Ferris and Maturo a lot.
Ferris is the featured back in this drive, that's for sure.
Yeah, Maturo hasn't been on the field. I don't know why, but sometimes they bring him in the backfield, and sometimes they put him out wide. And then we've seen them throw him. He's coming in now. We've seen them throw him the little slip screen and whatever.
He and Humphrey are coming in now. So
did I tell you that at Levitt they put a 40-second clock right up on the?
Yes.
And boy, is that nice that you can see it every single time.
Well, it's going to come into play.
Well, everybody's going to have it eventually.
They're going to have to have it eventually.
Give them a grace period.
Yeah.
And in motion, jet sweep. That's Humphrey.
Nice block.
Oh boy, nice block on the corner. Another one. Ferris, 2 blocks, and wow, all the way down the sideline. That's using some of their speed. Jet sweep for the first time, all the way down to about the 15-yard line. I can't. 15, 16. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like 16, maybe 17. Yeah, just jet sweep. That's Humphrey. One of Levitt's favorite plays. They run that a lot.
That was a great block on the outside, and then he went downfield and made another block.
Yeah, Ferris had 2 blocks. He made the initial one right near the line of scrimmage, and then one downfield. Meredith.
That's false start in the backfield.
Yeah, we had looked like Ferris had jumped.
Nope,
wow, all the way down the side. Wow, we jumped the gun on that. We'll take one, too, with 10:02 to go here until halftime. We're coming in from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth. This is MBR. We'll be right back after this 30-second message.
When you get hurt, we know you want to get right back into the game or back to the activity you love. With Ortho Access, Maine's only orthopedic walk-in clinic, you don't need an appointment. Plus, you'll save money compared to an emergency room visit. With locations in southern and central Maine, access to an orthopedic specialist is even easier. The orthopedic team at Spectrum Healthcare Partners. We're here to keep you out there.
We're back. So with 10:02 to go until halftime, Bonnie Eagle with an answering drive. They're shuttling personnel in and out. I think it's personnel according to what they want to do. And we see that. If you are a Patriots fan, you see that a lot. Offensive backs and whatever are coming in and out all the time. And it's a Wildcat, and it's Maturo going to go up the sideline, and he's going to go into the end zone for the touchdown. From the 17-yard line, Maturo makes it 14-13. It's hard when everybody's running the spread and the read. It's hard to call it Wildcat because it looks like the same thing every time. It's a Wildcat. So this McDonald's going to go up the sideline, and the soccer team who comes over and kicks when he doesn't have a game. Oh, high snap.
Good job by
nice job by the holder to get it down. He got a number on the holder. Looked like Maturo. No, number 5. I'm sorry.
That would be
That's Neville's.
Trent Neville's, yeah.
Trent Neville's. Boy, nice job. It was high. He had to really get up to get it. Got it down, and McDonald split the upright. So 14-14 with 9:54 to go. Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson here from Don Rule Field here at Lewiston High School.
This has been very typical, though, of Lewiston to get off to good starts and then play great in the first half. And then the key is can they maintain it? And they've answered twice back from Bonnie Eagle, and now we'll see if they can answer a third time.
Inexperience is, what that is. New staff, a lot of new kids playing, and maybe a little different style of play. And they're going to make some mistakes. And what you do is you hope each week you can cut them down and cut them down. Here's the kick. It's a line drive, going to be taken at about the 17-yard line. Going to try to get around the corner.
That's not happening.
Oh, boy, didn't get there. Donovan Jackson, and he just didn't get there. You always say when you're younger, that really fast kid can always outrun everybody. The older you get, there's less people you can outrun. Get as much yardage as you can on that kickoff and call it good. So the ball is going to be placed at the 20-yard line. Almost like a touchback.
Almost.
So with 9:45 to go here, and the ball game tied 14-14, the Blue Devils will have the ball at their own 20-yard line. We've got Karen in the gun. We got in the pistol. His motion is Jackson. Handing the ball. He's going to try to come wide to the right. Oh, there's a penalty flag.
Got to be a hold.
And, those are the things, Jeff, that we talked about. The number one on their list was not making the mistakes because, instead of picking up some yardage, they're going backwards. Well, they may not accept this, but. So, penalty against the Blue Devils. They're talking with Bonnie Eagle. He's looking over at the coach and whether or not they want to go for it or decline it.
They are taking it.
10 yards down in this area, it's pretty hard not to do that because the closer it gets to the goal line, especially if you can hold them, means you're kicking out of the end zone, and if you make a mistake, it could result in 6. So 9:37, Lewiston now, they're going to be 1st and 20, and the clock starts again. So it's Karen in the backfield, in the gun. There's the snap. He's going to run it himself. Kind of looked like there was a hole, and boy, it closed really quickly. He gets driven back, so no gain there. So the ball is going to stay at the 10-yard line. They're going to bring Dylan Jackson back in. He's been their top ball carrier.
They've had good success running a little slip. It's not a screen, but just slipping it back out to the opposite side. Running one way and slipping it back, throwing back against the grain. We'll see if they're going to have to put the ball in the air one of these two downs.
High formation, Karen in the deep eye. He's got the ball. A lot of penetration. Early on, Bonnie Eagle, Lewiston's opened up some holes. All of a sudden, Bonnie Eagle's up front people defensively have started to make some penetration. So Cameron, the sophomore, over getting instructions from Coach Hartley.
Trying to see how many down linemen they're putting in on this.
They've been going with a 50 front, so 3 guys inside and then the ends are up.
Yep,
now they're going to I can't tell. I guess it's a 5. They just moved the nose man over.
That's all.
Here's Dylan Jackson again. Boy, he gets the corner, but he's going to be short because of the penalty. If it hadn't been for the penalty, there's an 11-yard run right there. Would have changed that. But again, that holding penalty put them at 20 yards to go. Now it's going to be 4th and looks like 7. So now the Blue Devils will be forced to kick. Looks like Josh Randall back to kick. Back deep for the Scots is Maturo. Boy, he's dangerous.
I kick away from him.
Yeah. The Red Eddies tried to do that, but they kept kicking it out of bounds way short, so it kind of hurt them a little bit. And we got a second timeout, and somebody didn't go in. That coach's nightmare, isn't it? When
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we only had 10.
You're trying to get everybody. This is the time you get a chance to get a kid in a game, and they don't go in. It's like, hey, boy, you could see Coach Hartley kind of letting him know how he felt about that. I don't think he liked it that much. No. So the Blue Devils will be kicking from about the 10-yard line, maybe a little further out, but you don't want Maturo to get the ball out in open space because he is lightning and he is dangerous. He's a senior, been doing this for a bit, and he's very good at it.
He and Ferris complement each other really well in that running game.
And we haven't seen Meredith even run the ball yet. Nope. He threw the ball to open the game a lot, and then they went back to their running game. Meredith.
They have got 9 guys on this line.
Yeah, they're coming for it.
They're coming. Oh, high snap.
High snap. He's going to get it off. It's going to be Maturo is going to take it just about at midfield, trying to get outside. Now he wants to cut back. Oh, nice tackle by Lewis at about the 45-yard line. That is Caden Karen. Boy, that's a nice tackle because it looked to me like if he cut back against the grain again, there's going to be trouble. So they're going to have the ball on the Lewiston 45-yard line. Now, again, this is where Lewiston needs to really be stiffen up and hold them here and take the ball back over. I think this is when the games have kind of turned a little bit for the Blue Devils in that they play so well at the beginning here, and now they need to come up with some good plays again.
Well, they need a defensive stop here.
So Meredith with Ferris in the backfield with him. Splits on both sides, double split. His
Humphrey in motion.
Deep motion by Humphrey. End off to Ferris. He's going to pick up about 5 right up the middle. It's hard to tell whether everybody calls this the spread and the zone read. It's hard to know whether they're actually reading it or this is just a predetermined handoff and we'll go with it. From up here, you can't always tell because sometimes the guy that they're reading doesn't actually come in. He stays at the line of scrimmage, so it's sometimes a little hard to tell. But a nice run right up the gut for 5 yards. With 7 minutes to go here until halftime. Trips here. We got a tight end as Humphrey in motion again. Jet sweep. Fake. It's Meredith, and he's going to pick up the first down. That's really his first run, and that's what he's done so well. Fake things like that and go right up the gut for a big gainer. So first down for Bonnie Eagle, and they're right there ready to go again.
Ball will be spotted at about the 31-yard line.
He's got both Ferris and Maturo now in the backfield.
So the Scots have the ball on about the 31-yard line, maybe the 32. I guess 31.
Now we got Trips.
Empty backfield, so we got
Alex Dyer on this side.
Yeah, Trips on this side. We got Ferris and Maturo on this side, and they're going to call timeout. They're a little confused. So it was 6:19 to go, and the score 14-14. The Scots have taken a timeout. Coach Cooper wants to talk things over. Again, looked like you said, I think they were a little confused. They had a tight end to the left and then 2 receivers outside of him and 2 receivers to the other side, so empty backfield. Not that wasn't what they wanted, but they were all looking around like, ooh, is that what so-and-so is supposed to be? That kind of look. So see what they do with that.
That was Meredith's first run of the day, and he certainly had a great ball fake.
Had me faked. I thought he handed on the jet sweep.
I thought he was handing it to Humphrey, and all of a sudden he found that hole in the middle, and a nice gain out of that. So
the game I did, the opening game of the season against Yale, Humphreys had 2 long touchdowns. So he's another back that they have. Those guys all in the backfield.
They certainly have. They're talented in the running back position, no question.
Humphrey's a junior, Maturo's a senior, Ferris is a senior. So Meredith in the backfield. It is a jet sweep this time. And Ferris, he gets a block in the corner.
Nice cut.
And a nice cut by Humphreys. Boy, that play, when it works, is it fantastic or what? The guy comes and you get lulled into not thinking he's going to get the ball, and all of a sudden they hand it to him, and he's at the corner because he's already going full speed, and you don't, it explodes on you. So it's first down and about the 15-yard line, I guess. Yeah, 15-yard line.
Yeah, the right tackle on that play, Jesse Surratt, great block, sealed off the corner, and all he had to do was turn it up.
So they're going to bring trips over here to the left, and Meredith going to keep it after a fake to Ferris, and he's going to get down close to the first down. I mean, that makes another whole threat.
Which weapon are we going to defend on?
Yeah, really. I mean, they got those great backs, and then all of a sudden, Meredith decides to run the ball. Wow.
Wholesale changes right there in that backfield.
Must be their hefty line. They brought in some big boys up front. Maturo on the Maturo on the Wildcat, so to speak. He moved the quarterback, takes a snap, and he gets another one with 5:40 to go. Maturo on the touchdown for Bonnie Eagle. McDonald in to kick. Here's a kick, and it is up, and it is good. Looked like it went pulled to the left quite a bit, but they said it was good. We're going to take another look at that touchdown by Maturo. They brought in some big boys up front. They pulled the guard, and he stepped around, and Maturo went right in behind him for the Maturo on the Wildcat, untouched. He moved the quarterback, takes a snap. Thanks to Conrad Dougal for the replays, even though I've messed it up a couple times already.
We don't normally get replays.
No, I honestly, folks, not lying to you, this is the first time I've had an opportunity to see replay. Not that they haven't done it maybe in some other games. I just haven't been doing a game when they did replay. So this is kind of exciting.
Well, we get a chance to review the scoring, so that is
it's really great. It's like the NFL, right? All scores are reviewed or whatever.
Yep. So let's see if the Devils can answer.
Yeah, they did a good job the first couple times. Let's see. This is a really crucial one now. At least to get 3 or 4 first downs would be good.
Clock, ball possession right now, and run time.
Here's the kick.
Squibb.
Squibb's going to pick up about the 18-yard line. Big hole. Nice hook and run. He's going to take it all the way back to the Lewiston. Is that number 10? No, number 16.
Yeah.
Donovan Jackson took it all the way out to the Lewiston 44-yard line. Wow, nice return.
Absolutely. His return last time, he started up the field and then tried to cut back in the reverse direction. This one, he went straight up the field.
I think somebody whispered to him, go up the field. And that's what he did. Boy, he did it.
Run back.
Terrific job.
Great run back.
So we got splits on both sides. Tight end to the right. Karen in the gun. He's going to throw the ball out here. Quick pass, just kind of like a stay pass to Caden Karen. Don't know if they're brothers, but Caden Karen went down about 3 yards. And, that's a nice one. It kind of changes the focus of the defense a little bit. Can't just send everybody. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 7 for the Blue Devils with just over 5 minutes to go until halftime. Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson at Don Rule Field here, the campus of Lewiston High School. It's Cameron Karen and Dylan Jackson in the backfield. There's a snap. He's going to drop straight back. Oh, he throws the ball up in the air. Oh, nobody there. Don't know. Oh, pile up on the quarterback all of a sudden. Yeah, I don't know if the receiver got held up, but there were 2 receivers here right in front of the Lewiston bench, kind of bunched up and looking at each other like.
I wonder if that was supposed to go to tight end, possibly.
Could have been. I couldn't tell if they were trying to set up a screen. I know that Jackson stepped up inside, and if the screen wasn't there, he knew he had to do something with it. And they were all coming. So maybe that's what that was. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 now.
It's a big play because if they can get a first down,
Yes.
we can run another minute and a half down off this clock anyway.
Yeah, keep the ball away from Bonnie Eagle.
Yeah, keep it away from them.
Cameron Karen, the sophomore, fake. Oh, he tried to go over the left-hand side. There just wasn't anywhere to go. Depends on where they spot the forward progress. He wanted to fake and then follow right in behind, and there just was nothing open, and they gave him great forward progress.
Yeah, they did. They put that on the
So it's going to be back at about the 39-yard line with 4:23 to go. So it's going to bring up a 4th and long. They will have to kick the ball. And the last time, the Devils did a really good job of covering the kick by Josh Randall, and kept Maturo from putting together a highlight reel.
He's back deep again.
Cameron Karen on the blocking back. That presents an interesting little thing if you're scouting them.
Yep.
Snap is good. Oh, a lot of pressure, but he gets the kick off. It's going to take a bounce, and a good Lewiston bounce. And I don't know why kids have to feel like they have to get up here, because if it takes,
You got holding on Lewiston.
if you take one of those quick bounces, bang, you got right off your shins. So there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. So the ball should be at the Bonnie Eagle 34-yard line, 33-yard line. Instead, it's going to be against the Blue Devils. They're going to
bring him back and make it kick.
They can kick it again. So the ball was originally at the 39-yard line. Now why? Oh, it's a spot foul. Duh. So the ball is now going to be placed on the 23-yard line. And so that means that the Blue Devils, Josh Randall, will be kicking from about the 10-yard line. Well, he'll step up about the 12 maybe.
This could be a 20-yard change.
Well, yes, and it gives Maturo an opportunity to get it deep. Nice kick.
Oh, that is.
He caught the ball in about just beyond midfield. Oh, he got away from one.
Nice play.
Nice play. Number 9.
Ben Dostey.
Ben Dostey, the senior, with a nice open field tackle. Otherwise, Maturo's at that sideline towards the bench. Number 9. He's probably gone. So the Bonnie Eagle will take over in their own territory at the 43-yard line, I guess. So the Blue Devils trying to hold on here with 3:24 to go. They started out like a house of fire. I mean, they looked great. Had an answering touchdown twice to go up 14-7. Now they're down 21-14. They need to stem the tide here before the half so they can win and regroup.
Have to hold them here.
Meredith, he's going to throw the ball. He's got a man out in the flat. That's Humphrey. And, he got away from a couple tacklers. And he's going to pick up about 8. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2, maybe 3. See where they spot it. Sometimes hard to tell exactly. Yeah, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Right at the 45-yard line. So 2nd down and 3. 2:58 to go and counting until halftime. The coaches are making signals. They got little posters over there. There's a lot going on over there, isn't there?
Yeah.
If you're scouting trying to figure out what they're running, good luck with
You
that.
have to have one guy who's watching the poster boy.
Yeah, I guess so. Remind me to tell you about signals. Oh, up in the middle.
Nice play.
Nice tackle on Ferris. Boy, picture. That's exactly the way they draw it up. Shoulder pad tackle right in the thighs.
Yep.
And that was, Dylan Jackson.
No getting on the play.
With a little help
So it's
from
still,
Garrett,
now it's
help from Garrett Mack on
3rd and 7. 3rd and 7.
This is one of the few long distance 3rd downs that Bonnie Eagles had.
Yeah, if you want to call it 3rd and 3. But not like 3rd and 23 that Lewiston made. Here's the handoff. Maturo. Oh, he's got the corner. Boy, you could see that when the corner was just gone.
Nice tackle by Dion Hunt to bring him down.
Nice tackle, and it's a first down with 1:53. Again, the Devils have to hold on here. Bonnie Eagle's relentless. So he'll start the clock once the chains are set. Yep. There they go. So they're getting the look. They're going to bring Ferris and Humphrey over here to this side. Must be Maturo in the gun. Can't see it. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, nice catch by Maturo.
Nice catch by Maturo. Meredith, I mean, that's the other thing that makes him such a threat. He can throw the ball, and he's a pretty tall kid.
Yeah.
Over 6 feet.
Nice catch
and
by
nice catch. He can run. So Maturo. Meredith makes that tough. That's the other thing. They list him as 6'3". I'd say he's over 6. So they're going to call a timeout with 1:17 and leading 21-14. This is, as you said, gigantic series for the Blue Devils. They
need to make a stop.
They really need to make a stop. They need to go in at halftime with this score and feel really good about how well they played in this first half. They don't want to give up a score late in the first half. Nothing's worse than that. And that would make it 2 scores. Yeah. So we'll see. Bonnie Eagle called timeout. Don't know exactly what they've got that they want to do. Again, you got Meredith that can run. I think, though, that was their 3rd timeout, I believe. And if that's the case, then they may be going to have to throw the ball here. So looking to see if we had any scores yet. I'll start looking for them here in a couple minutes. They got trips over here to the left. They got Meredith in the backfield.英going to drop straight back. Oh. He's got an opportunity to run. He's going to throw in the corner of the end zone. I think he was out of bounds.
No, he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds with 1:09 to go. So Bonnie Eagle will bring it back. It was close. He was right in the corner of the end zone. He threw the ball on the run. It was down low, and the receiver just couldn't come up with it in the end zone. Was there a flag on that? And the official's making some signals. I don't know exactly what. I didn't see a flag. Oh, personal foul. I didn't see where it was. That's one of that number 1 on the list. Don't make mistakes, because they've had such a good first half. So I think that's going to make it.
The interception they had for the turnover. Yeah. This, the cut down of the mistakes, they've done that, but it hasn't been.
So half the distance going to take it down to about the 13-yard line.
That's a bad penalty.
So Bonnie Eagle, they've got
4 downs to go 13 yards.
1:09. They don't think they have any timeouts. So Meredith going to drop back. He's going to look to run. Oh, he's got some pressure, and they need to tackle him.
There you go.
They got him.
And they don't have a timeout.
They don't have a timeout, so nice pursuit by the Blue Devils. They looked like he maybe was going to get away. So the clock continues to run. They're going to look. Meredith's in the backfield right now. He's got Humphreys out there with him. He's got Ferris in the backfield.
He's got, okay.
33 seconds and counting. He drops straight back. He's going to go over the middle to Maturo. Oh, he breaks a tackle. Gets down inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line with 22 seconds to go.
Oh, they had 1 timeout left.
So I lied to you, folks. I'm sorry. They did have a timeout left. And they used it right at the right time. So with 22 seconds to go, they might have time for 2 plays, because it's 3rd and 1. They certainly need to make the first down. Because they're a no-huddle team, they can call 2 plays right here, Jeff. And
yep.
Even if they run the same play twice, but they want to get the first down. That'll stop the clock long enough to set the chains. And they probably could get 2 plays in here. If they want to down the ball, they might be able to get 3 in, but. So a big play here for the Blue Devils. With 22 seconds to go and down 21-14, the Blue Devils would like to make a stop here with a ball on the 4-yard line. Bonnie will use their last timeout.
You can't take a chance to run the ball because if you get stopped, you don't know if you're going to be able to set up to run another play.
Well, if you don't get the first down, that's correct. If they get the first down, they'll stop it long enough to
set the ball.
Now, they brought these big guys in the last time, and they ran
It's a direct snap.
right up the middle with
Direct
Maturo.
snap to Maturo, and he's going to score. No, he's down.
He's down. He didn't score, but he did get a first down, so that's gonna stop the clock long enough to.
They're gonna have to spike this. Nope.
Just gonna go for it. That same play
Direct
again.
snap again.
Yeah, two plays in a row. He's gonna walk into the corner of the end zone. Maturo with his third touchdown. Zach Maturo from about the 1. They brought a couple extra linemen in. Looked like maybe instead of a back, looked like a pretty good sized kid, and looks like they called the same play twice in the huddle and said, if we don't get in the first one, run it again. Here's McDonald on the try for the extra point, and it is good. With 10 seconds left to go in the half, it's Bonnie Eagle 28. Let's take a look at that touchdown, Jeff. Go for it.
Yeah, they got their jumbos right there.
The jumbos are in there. The guard steps around. 2 plays in a row. He's going to walk into the corner of the end zone. Thanks, Conrad, for that. I keep forgetting with his third. Just keep me on my toes. Nice feature, though, that we can see all those touchdowns. So 10 seconds, we talked about it. It's just what Lewiston didn't want.
Yeah.
To have them get one just before the half, because now you're down 2 scores. And I believe they get the ball in the Bonnie gets the ball in the second half, I believe.
Penalty hurt, no doubt.
Yeah, no question about that. Half the distance and puts them right down knocking on the door. Here is the kick. It's a short one. Gonna be good by one of the down people. This is Caden Cameron, and he's gonna get piled up at about the. They say his forward progress is stopped at about the 27-yard line with 5 seconds to go. Yeah, the thing that I've always said, it isn't whether you win that you never lose, whatever. It's how do you come back from adversity during a game and in losing that makes really good teams. Can you come back from when things don't go the way that you wanted them to, and so on?
It's a hard character trait to.
And it's in every sport. Yeah.
About adversity and how to overcome it.
Cameron Karen in the backfield. Snap is to him. He's going to hand it. That's Bennett, I believe. I'm sorry, Pelletier. Ben Pelletier, and that'll end the half with the score. Bonnie Eagle 28, Lewiston 14. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to check for some scores here at halftime and see what people have. So we're going to take a quick 30-second break while I look for scores. We'll be right back. We're coming from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth on MBR. We'll be right back.
They try to put me back in as quick as possible. The doctors and physical therapists try to tell you what's wrong right away so you can just get it fixed and get back to what you're doing and have your normal life or try to be even better than what you were before.
It's important for a parent to have someone here in Saco, close to the Biddeford-Saco area, because we have a lot of sports teams. When you have your daughter or son that's injured, in my case, my daughter, it's nice to know that you have someone local, someone that you can trust, and someone that is expert in sports injuries.
(28-14) at halftime. This is Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson, and they're going to start the music. We've got some scores. This one, of course, is 28-14 at halftime. Scarborough 21, Sanford nothing at halftime. A little surprise there. Thornton Academy 28, Wyndham nothing in the second quarter. Bangor 7, Edward Little nothing in the second quarter. Thought that game might be the other way around. Marshwood 15, Deering nothing in the second quarter. Game's a little closer than I thought.
Yep.
Oxford Hills 9, Gorham 6 at halftime.
That one's a surprise.
Yeah, that's a little surprise.
I got Mount Blue 35, Gardner nothing at half. So
South Portland 14, Portland nothing at half. Oh, Brunswick 42, Falmouth Greeley nothing at halftime.
that does not surprise me.
No.
I saw Falmouth earlier in the year.
Yeah, I saw him against Oxford Hills. Yeah.
It wasn't good.
Biddeford 14, Chevrolet 7 at halftime.
Biddeford's a good team.
Yes.
And Marshwood's ahead of Deering 15-0. So
Did you already give the Mount Blue Garden a score?
I did.
Whew, 35-0. Whoa.
Yes, that's not a good thing.
No score. Coney, Meslonsky, Skowhegan, no score yet.
Not reported anyway.
Not reported. Yeah.
Winslow was having a tough time with MCI. It's 14-13.
So you already gave the final. York 42, Lisbon St. Dom's 33, and that's a final.
Yeah, they started at 6 o'clock down in York County. So, but that's a shootout.
Spruce Mountain 20, Mountain Valley 8 at halftime.
Yeah.
Oh, Oak Hill 7, Bucksport nothing at halftime. They felt that Bucksport. Yeah, they felt Bucksport was probably the team to beat up that way. So that's a heck of a score for them.
5-0 as far as I know. But then again, Coach Doucette, he'll make believers of his players, that's for sure.
Ellsworth Sumner 14, Trape Academy 8.
Good 8-man game.
That's a fun little trip.
Did they leave yesterday?
Better shave before you get there, because.
Did they leave yesterday?
Holton, Hodgkin, Greater Holton, Christian, and Southern Rustic 7. Belfast 6. That's a surprise.
Cooperatives keep kids playing.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things we have to understand. John Bapp, 7-0 over MDI at half.
Mattanocook, Lee, and Penobscot, big score, 50. That's cut off here on the thing, 56-0 over Washington Academy.
Yeah.
And looks like those are, the rest of them now are Saturday. So that's the rundown of the scores. Any surprises on the score? The Bonnie Eagle Gorham one jumped out at me anyway, 9-6.
Oh, Oxford Hills Gorham, yeah.
Yeah, Oxford Hills, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that one surprised me. I thought that might not be as close as it was. And I don't know if Hamden Coney got started later, they just haven't reported, but Coney can put points on the board pretty quickly.
Yeah,
with that passing offense.
Yep,
they have.
no question about that.
So that's a question, and obviously, I thought Bangor Yale would be if Yale has a chance to win. This might be one of the weeks that they might do this.
Yeah, this might be one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one surprised me a little bit as well. But then again, Coach Morris at Bangor, he knows how to win. So.
Well, those of you that don't know, he's the baseball coach, the 5-time defending state champion. So a coach is a coach, and this may not be his first sport, but.
No. It's certainly not his last one either, so he does know how to produce winners.
You know, we were talking about they've got posters and they got the coaches giving signals and everybody's got an armband. I got a good story on giving signals. So I'm coaching. I'm assistant football and assistant baseball at Bangor High School, right out of school. And I work with the great Bob Kelly at Bangor, a long-time baseball coach and tremendous guy. And I thought I had been listening and understood everything was going on. And so the game starts and the kid nods like, okay, I got the signal, whatever. And I'm thinking, I didn't even see Kelly give anything. And so the inning goes on, and then there's a bunt. And I'm thinking, now I know I didn't see him give the bunt. Nothing, I knew what the signal was. He didn't give that. So finally, the inning ends. I come over to him. I said, Cal, because the kids already know that they pranked me. I said, Cal, what the heck is going on? You could see the kids on the bench. He goes, you want to tell About 8 minutes, a little 8.5 minutes on the clock. They put up the full 15, so when this runs out, they won't be adding an additional 3. This is Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson here at Don Rowe Field at Lewiston High School with the Bonnie Eagle Scots up 28-14 over the Blue Devils. Your impressions? We talked about it a little bit before we broke for the half.
Yeah. Lewiston answered twice in the first period. Once after Bonnie Eagle had scored, they came right down the field, score again, tie the game up. Then they stop them, and they go down the field, and they take the lead. And they just have not been able, since that change of possession, the one time that they did force Bonnie Eagle, to turn it over. They end up getting, they get the lead, but they can't maintain and hold it. And, Bonnie Eagle used a 16-yard run to tie it, then a 6-yard run, and a 1-yard run. And here they've got, they've given 3 scores in a row. And the one thing that they could not do was said cut down on their mistakes. I don't know if they made mistakes, David. What I just don't think is they have not been able to stop them defensively as they did in the beginning of the game when they forced them to do some things, Bonnie Eagle to do some things that they didn't want. So, when you look at that, they just haven't been able to stop the one thing that Bonnie Eagle said they needed to do, which was run the football.
The one thing, thinking back now, I haven't written it down, but Lewiston has thrown a couple of swing passes or slip screens to the backs, and one screen pass up the middle. And then late in the middle of the second quarter, they threw about a 3-yard hitch downfield right in front of us to Karen on the sideline. That's it. They really haven't thrown any real attempts downfield. The one that he overthrew, I think it was because he was getting pressure. But so again, I think one of the things that helps loosen up that pass rush and keeps the linebackers from standing on your toes is throwing the ball a little bit. And it seems like one of the things that Bonnie Eagle has done very well is they've mixed it up just enough. They haven't thrown the ball downfield a lot. They threw one that was actually a catch and then a fumble, and haven't gone back to that, but they have thrown it just enough. The thing that they have is they have Ferris, they have Maturo, they have Humphrey running the jet sweep, and then when all that's said and done, they can have Meredith keep the ball. So they've got a 4-headed monster on offense, and they only run a very set number of plays, so it isn't like people are confused. That's one of the things that they always say about the wing tee. We only run 5 plays, so there's not much confusion.
Beginning of the game, Lewiston had great success getting to the corner. And I think, to Bonnie Eagle's credit, they may have shut that down a little bit, changed something defensively, which has not allowed Lewiston to use their speed and get to the corner. So, in the very beginning, Lewiston was having great success with Dylan Jackson running, and they have not had that success since probably their 3rd or 4th drive.
Yeah, and Bonnie Eagle may have done something along the lines too of several of those big runs were cut back against the grain, stop one way. We talked about it on the air that Bonnie Eagle really pursues hard, and when Lewiston cut back against grain, it was open, and they picked up a lot of yardage, even converted a 3rd and 23.
They did.
I noticed you want to go over the scoring here at halftime?
Yeah, Bonnie Eagle opened the scoring. Nate Ferris scoring on a 1-yard run, and McDonald kicked the first of his 4 extra points in the first half. Lewiston immediately answered back. Cam Karen scoring on a 6-yard run, and Randall drills the extra point for a 7-7 tie. Lewiston then gets a turnover, and they drive right down the field with, again, Cam Karen scoring on a 7-yard run. Randall kicking the extra point. Lewiston had a 14-7 lead. Bonnie Eagle answered back with the first of Maturo's 3 touchdown runs. This one on a 16-yard run, and a McDonald extra point ties the game at 14. They get the ball back, and Maturo on a 6-yard run McDonald extra point makes it 21-14, and then just before the half ends, Zach Maturo on a 1-yard run, McDonald makes it 28-14 Bonnie Eagle. So when I look at their touchdown runs of 1 yard, 16, 6, and 1, they've been knocking on the door. And they put that jumbo package in on 3 of those touchdown runs. They bring in that extra lineman and line him up, and they've gone over the right side all 3 of those short yardage runs for touchdowns. So credit to Bonnie Eagle and to their coaching staff for knowing where they're going to run this when they get down in the red zone. So, they answered back to Lewiston 3 times in a row in that second period. So,
yeah, and it looked like the last time they were out of timeouts. Looks like when Coach Cooper went in the huddle, he called the same play twice.
Exactly.
And they just lined right back up in it and ran it a second time to score the touchdown. So, like you said, Maturo with 3 unanswered touchdowns, and that really is the difference in this game so far.
And really, Keegan Meredith, as much as we talked about him being sharp, he hasn't had to be sharp throwing the ball. He just has to be sharp to make sure I'm handing it off to which one of those 2 guys I'm going to use.
But I think one of the keys of the game, we did say that Bonnie Eagle needed to run the ball, and that is what they've done.
They have done it very effectively, pretty much most of that first half with them. Obviously, those last 3 scoring drives, within probably 10 minutes, 3 scores. So, credit to them. They've done one of the keys that they wanted to do, and they've done it well. I don't see any need for them to put the ball in the air. And if it ain't broke, we don't need to fix it, right?
Yeah, I thought, like I said, I did the Oxford Hills game at Bonnie Eagle, and Meredith, he was unbelievable with his running. He did have some trouble. He was high on his throws, and he had one that was, guys wide open. He just overthrew him. And that was the game that Oxford Hills, late in the game, had an opportunity. They went for it on 4th down and threw it in the end zone. It was tipped just off the fingertips. And then Meredith ran one about 45 yards for the one that makes it look on the scoreboard like it was no big deal. But it was a tight ball game. And I think Bonnie Eagle made some nice adjustments at halftime. But I think they were fortunate to come out with a win. I think Oxford Hills played pretty well in that game. So what are you thinking about the second half here? What any sense for?
Well,
Bonnie Eagle's going to get the ball to start.
Bonnie Eagle's going to get the ball to start. So Lewiston they've got to stop this. They've got to hold on this first series and see if they can get some offensive momentum. Because after their first 2 scoring drives, they really haven't been offensively as effective as they probably would have liked to in that second period. They seem to have slowed down a little bit. So I think that will be their key. And we'll see how they respond coming back defensively if they can get a stop.
It'll be kind of interesting to see what Bonnie Eagle does offensively here in this first series. Are they going to it's pretty, you don't have to be much of a genius to say I'm going to feature Ferris and Maturo and Humphreys and with Meredith as a backdrop. So, but again, I think it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do, and then how does well, I lied to you. I said they weren't going to put 3 minutes additional on the clock, but they did. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what Lewiston does in responding. So we're going to take a quick break while they're doing additional warm-ups. We're coming in from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth on MBR. We'll be right back.
Is your local school or group looking to raise money?
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
When you get hurt, we know you want to get right back into the game or back to the activity you love. With Ortho Access, Maine's only orthopedic walk-in clinic, you don't need an appointment. Plus, you'll save money compared to an emergency room visit. With locations in southern and central Maine, access to an orthopedic specialist is even easier. The orthopedic team at Spectrum Healthcare Partners. We're here to keep you out there.
They try to put me back in as quick as possible. The doctors and physical therapists try to tell you what's wrong right away so you can just get it fixed and get back to what you're doing and have your normal life or try to be even better than what you were before.
It's important for a parent to have someone here in Saco, close to the Biddeford-Saco area, because we have a lot of sports teams. When you have your daughter or son that's injured, in my case, my daughter, it's nice to know that you have someone local, someone that you can trust, and someone that is expert in sports injuries.
We're back here at Don Rule Field at Lewiston High School. Bonnie Eagle 28-14 here, and they're doing their stretching and getting ready to start the second half. Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson. You heard us in the recap of the first half from Jeff. Lewiston answered a couple times to take a 14-7 lead, and I haven't seen their games, but I would have to say probably looked about as good as they have. And then Bonnie Eagle with Maturo with 3 short runs for touchdowns has met it 28-14. So little uphill battle now for the Blue Devils, and I believe, if memory serves me, Bonnie Eagle will get the kick to start this half. So tall task, as Jeff said, for the Blue Devils. They really need to stop this initial drive and see if they can't get something generated offensively. Because since about, well, just about the end of the first period, in the second period, Lewiston really didn't move the ball much.
No, they haven't had the success offensively that they had in the first quarter, definitely. Whether that's credit to Bonnie Eagle and their defense for making some adjustments, but they haven't seemed to catch the edge.
No.
Yeah, like they did in the beginning of the game. They haven't been able to get to the edge.
Get to the edge or cut back, either one.
Yeah. Well,
Maturo is back. Looks like Humphrey's with him. Kicking off for the Blue Devils is number 13, Katende. So Maturo and Humphrey's back. And here's the kick. It's a good one.
Kick, yeah.
Nice kick to about the 15-yard line. Humphreys does a little spin, and he's out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So decent coverage for the Blue Devils after a nice kick. So the Scots will take over at their own 32-yard line, leading 28-14 here to start the third quarter. There's a little spin. Again, we'll see what adjustments they make offensively and whether Lewiston makes any adjustments defensively. Decent coverage for the Blue Devils. They've been playing a 4. Let's see what they do here to start this half.
size-wise up front, they just don't match up with the Eagles.
Darren has said a little bit that they're a little small up front this year.
Yeah.
So Bonnie Eagle going to start right out with trip to the right. And Meredith's going to throw that little slip screen out there.
Oh, that's a block in the back.
Block in the back. They got it. They got it. So that play's coming back. Block in the back to try to free up that receiver. Trip to the right.
That was right in front of him.
Yeah, there wasn't much question. I think I could have called that one. So.
Well, there's a good start, pushing them back.
Yeah, no, really, let them make the mistakes, and they're going to take it back. And it was out in space, so it's going to be back there a ways because it wasn't right at the line of scrimmage. It was back a little bit. So it's going to take it back to about the 20. I need to see where they mark it. About the 20-yard line, maybe the 21.
You're looking at 1st and 20.
1st and 20 for the Scots. So Meredith's going to have two backs in the backfield with him. And there's the handoff to Humphreys. He's got, no, I'm sorry, Maturo. The ball's on the ground. And the Devils say they have it. The officials are not very close to finding out whether who's got it. I don't know if they're thinking that he was down. We couldn't tell. We're going to look at it right here. It's Maturo.
They're talking about it right now.
Let's see if we could give him the replay here. Oh, the ball's out. Oh, no, the ball was out. I saw it right here on replay. The ball was out. It's Lewiston's ball. Rural. The ball's on the ground. There was no question from here. We got a really good look at it. The camera was coming right at, the runner was coming right at our camera. The downstairs replay camera. And,
They're calling it second down.
Wow. Like I said, folks, we had it here on replay, and it was definitely a fumble. So, tough break for the... What are they doing? Are they going to say no play? What? I don't understand.
I don't know. I didn't realize we had do-overs.
Yeah, well, we were just kidding on that one, or what? We used to do that when we played in the backyard, but I'm not sure what this is. Seriously, they ran the ball. He definitely fumbled because we had it on replay, and now it's first down back after the penalty. Oh, wow. I have no idea what that call is. I'd like to find out. Humphreys. Oh, he's got some space. Look out. Yeah. He's going to go. He's gone. Yeah. So that's an 80-yard slip screen to Humphrey. And that's a shame because that should have been Lewiston's ball.
Yes.
There's a handoff to Humphreys. He's got, no, I'm sorry, Maturo. The ball's on the ground. Yeah, that's a heartbreaker. When you're a coach and you work so hard, and your kid, they know it was a fumble. Kid put his arm right on the ball and it popped right out. And to have it be, well, first of all, no fumble, but secondly, back to the original line of scrimmage, Jeff, I'm sorry, I don't have any idea what that was.
I don't understand that one either.
So we're going to take a quick look at Humphrey's 80 yards pass reception. Oh, no, we're going to get a look at the fumble again. There's no question. He breaks through. The ball is loose there. It's on the ground. Lewiston is on it. And I don't understand. And then the play went back to the original line of scrimmage. You got me on that, Jeff. I don't know
either. I do not know.
Two options you can accept.
Down here they're saying it was an inadvertent whistle. Is that why?
Okay.
All right. I guess I can sort of stomach that, but it's too bad because the next play was an 80-yard bomb, well, slip screen with a great run by Humphreys. So 35-14 with 10:32 to go here in the third period. Here's the kickoff by Meredith. It's a short one, taking it about the 28-yard line. And Lewis is going to drive up about the 39-yard line, 38-39-yard line, where they'll take over. So kind of a tough break. They're telling us, the timer's telling us it was an inadvertent whistle. And I don't know what the signal for that is. But we were stunned. It was like, what?
So they get to accept either the result of the play or go back to the original.
Go back to the original and play over.
Wow.
I didn't never realize there was an option. I thought when the whistle blew, then the play was, that's it. Because remember, Maddie still complained about Oxford Hills having two of those happen to him 2 years in a row where there was inadvertent whistle and the kid ran all the way down the sideline and everybody goes, no, the whistle blew. Yeah. We didn't think he had it, that kind of thing.
Correct.
So they're signaling for both coaches to come out, which always makes me nervous. Oh, they're saying there's some yapping going on. They've been watching too much. When they have the microphone down close to the NFL games, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It isn't even what they're saying. It's like, holy smokes, you can't hear yourself think down there. So we're thinking that maybe they're saying there's too much yapping going on. Both coaches will want to talk with their kids before it gets out of hand. And this is a good way, nip it right in the bud right now. I'm sure that Lewison's yapping right now because they were frustrated because they thought they had the ball. But coach speaking to his kids, and we've all had to do it at one point in time or another. They're emotional. Both teams. This is an important game.
Yeah. It's first off, you think you have a turnover, and then you don't get the turnover, and then you have, obviously the long touchdown run. So now they're even frustrated.
Well, and the inadvertent whistle, kids don't understand that.
No.
What do you mean inadvertent whistle?
So they're frustrated equally, and that just adds to their frustration. So that's unfortunate, but okay. So the officials are doing what they need to do to make sure that kids keep the game in the proper perspective.
So Lewison's ball on about the 39-yard line with 10:27 to go, trailing 35-14. Karen up under center. He's going to fake and roll to the right. He throws it up. Oh, pass interference. Whoa.
Wow, that's got to be out of bounds, number one.
Well, the receiver here for Lewison got run over. I don't understand what happened there. Wow.
They're calling an incomplete pass.
The ball was hanging in the air, and all of a sudden, wow. Yeah, I mean, when you already having a tough year and you're down 35-14 after that 80-yard bomb, you don't need a call that's a little questionable. So Karen in the gun. Looks like Lewison's maybe going to open it up a little bit. He's going to roll to the right again. Receiver trying to get open. He's going to put it up there, and they're going to go up, and the ball is incomplete. I think Karen realizes nobody really open. I'm going to try to throw it up, see if my tallest receiver can go up and get it. Pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
So, it's a really good thing that Haley and I aren't doing this game together. God love him. Because we'd be complaining about the officials, something awful. Maddie one time he texted me and said, relax about the officials, you two. It was driving us both crazy. The old move the ball before they measure and then go, whoops.
I can hear Mr.
Oh, yeah. Now. Oh, boy. And nobody could question him when he was an official. I used to kid him and say, Jesus, Mike, you won't even let him blink at you. Down the middle, and it's going to be picked off, I believe.
Yep.
Looks like Ferris, maybe? Yeah. Ferris on the interception. Karen overthrew the target, and Ferris is back there. And again, Lewison having a tough time making matters worse here. We'll get a quick look at that interception. Down overthrown, and a nice catch by Ferris. I mean, he really tucked the ball in and kind of took some punishment off the turf. So the Scots will come out now with 9:57 to go. Ferris 35-14 on the Bonnie Eagle 25-yard line.
Late replacement just coming in defensively. Oh boy.
One of the safeties.
Oh, here it comes
right up the middle. I didn't see whether it was Ferris or Maturo. Ferris, they say on the loudspeaker, and they got a spotter for that. So, they got a penalty flag.
Now we got another one.
They warned both teams about yapping, so we'll see who they're going to talk to and who's going to get the penalty.
Looks like Bonnie
Eagle's walking backwards. And Coach Cooper is not going to be happy with that. That is not the way his teams play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. The officials took the time. They called an officials timeout, and they brought everybody together and said, "Look, everybody's yapping. That's enough of that. Both coaches spoke to their huddles, and evidently the officials had enough of that. And this is an unsportsmanlike against Bonnie Eagle. And that's going to take them back. That's a 15-yarder.
Well, I don't want to say kids are going to be kids, but after you've been warned, you've got to keep your head.
Oh, no question. Yep. Yep. I have no.
You just took away a 9-yard gain, so now you've just lost 24 yards here.
I have no problem with that. If they've been warned, there's no excuse. Oh, big hole.
Yeah.
It's Ferris with a fake. He comes up the middle and trips and goes down. He has the first down, though. Real big hole coming this way, pulling the guard and stepping around. Bonnie Eagles starting to assert themselves on the ground now. But again, I go back to the inadvertent whistle. I'm guessing that's what it was. And it took away a fumble recovery by the Blue Devils that needed it in Bonnie Eagle territory. 80-yard little switch screen with a pass, and he's gone. And suddenly down 35-14 and frustrated.
And you turn it over.
They're going into almost like a prevent now. They got everybody back. Here's Meredith up the middle. Boy, it doesn't take him long to cover 10 yards, does it?
He is slippery.
He is really slippery. 6'3", and he can go.
Yeah.
Do they list a weight there? Let's see what they list for him. They list him at 175. Probably about right, I guess.
Well, I'm going to guess that's with his pads on. So
He is a little thin. I used to laugh when I played at Maine. They listed me at 5'8", 185. I never weighed 170 at Maine ever. I used to say, wow, who put that down? Now I'd like to weigh 185, right? double splits on each side. Meredith going to throw the ball. He's got a man deep to the outside, and the ball is caught. Oh, and he breaks a tackle, and he's going to get all the way down about the 7-yard line. And let's see what the number is. Is that 12? Looks like 12. That's Sean Brilliant.
No. Is it number 10?
Is that 10 or 40? Boy, that number it's hard all the way over there, isn't it?
Yeah, it was number 10, Bodie Day Coombs on the reception.
Wow, that was the ball was up in the air, and he went up and got it up over the top of the defender, and then fought off one, and was tackled by the second, but down to the 7-yard line. Yeah. First down for the Scots. They've got Maturo. They're going to give him the ball.
Oh, nice play.
Nice play by the Blue Devils to drive him back. Second and goal now from about the, see where they spotted, about the 6. Might have picked up a yard. It was close.
Nice tackle by Garrett Mack on that play from Lewiston.
7:35 to go. 4 in the third quarter. The Blue Devils trying to hold off the Scots' advance here. Nice long pass from Meredith to Coombs. All the way down to the 7-yard line. Now they're at the 6. Meredith in the backfield. He's going to take it himself right up the middle and go pretty much untouched for the touchdown. So, you know, Jeff, this is what we talked about in the pregame and then at halftime is this game, you know, think about the first quarter. I mean, Lewiston looked terrific.
Yep.
And they haven't been able to mount any offense, and suddenly they're having trouble stopping the Scots.
Yeah. They
and I know for a team that's 1-4, having that inadvertent whistle take the ball away from them doesn't help any. I mean, I know you got to be more resilient than that, but that kick is up and good. 42-14. So Meredith with the touchdown for Bonnie Eagle from 6 yards out.
We're going to repeat ourselves here, but Lewiston needs to regroup.
Yeah.
And they need to put together something offensively so we're not giving this ball back to Bonnie Eagle on a 3-and-out and punt. They've got to do something to run some time and get some possession.
There's a long pass on replay to
He's going to get all the way
I'm sorry.
about the
Coombs.
7-yard line.
Nice catch, and all the way down to the 7. Here's the touchdown. Field. It's Meredith. He's going to fake the long ride, and then he's just going to explode up the middle and wide open.
Pretty much does that thing right to the very last second.
Sure does. Here's the kick. It's a squiver. Going to be taken and brought back to about the 43-yard line by number 14, Evan Williams.
Yep.
He's a senior for the Blue Devils. 6:56 to go here in the third period. Yeah, you know, this is a situation, you hope you're never in it, but you got to forget about the score. We need to run our offense. We need to do our assignments and not make mistakes and move the ball. Just give me 3 first downs, that kind of attitude.
Exactly. Let's get something positive.
Karen,
Get something
under center. Here come the Scots. They're bringing everybody. They look at them. They got nobody 5 yards deep. They feel like either they're not going to throw the ball or we're not worried about them throwing the ball. They had everybody coming. So again, Lewiston's in a tough spot because if they're going to put 9 men in the box and keep 9 or 10 and put 1 safety back or just the three guys on the outside, it's going to be hard to run against that. So 6:30 to go and counting in the third quarter. Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson here at Don Roof Field in Lewiston. Bonnie Eagle 42, Lewiston 14. Karen under center. Splits on both sides. There's a handoff to Jackson.
That's a nice run.
Nice cut.
Yeah.
But again, he's only going to get about 3, so it's going to bring up, he got about 4. It's going to bring up a third and about 7, maybe 8. Yeah, so it's 3rd and 7 now for the Blue Devils with 5:44 to go here in the third quarter. Coming in from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth and MBR. Karen under center. He's going to hand the ball off to Jackson. Oh, we got a penalty flag. Something downfield I didn't see. Did you see? I mean, I saw the flag go up.
I saw 81 blue, 54 white got tangled up.
I didn't see who instigated or whatever. You know how that goes. I always see the second guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see what they've got. We haven't gotten a signal yet.
81's coming out, so I got to figure it must be against Lewiston here.
He put his hands, personal foul.
Yep.
So again, you know, we talked about mistakes, and that's part of mistakes. The penalties, the fumbles, the interception, those are the mistakes. And Lewiston has kind of been riddled with them in the second and third period so far. Personal foul. What was that? Breaking my heart? I wasn't sure what that was, but I don't know what that signal was. But anyway,
I don't know what that signal is. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
2 guys jawing with each other. I don't know. I guess I'm making that one up. But so boy, now the Blue Devils are 4th and no 3rd. It's got to be 3rd. They put 4th, but it's a penalty.
Nope. Oh, this is.
It was dead ball. Oh, that's right. It was dead ball. It was dead. No, it was dead ball. So after the play was over, so 4th down, they got a kick, and they've got Maturo back, which is another nightmare. Oh, the snap is a little high again. We got a flag. I'm going to guess since they stopped the play, it's procedure. Yep.
Illegal substitution.
So they're going to mark it off. So Lewiston now, the ball will be on the 29-yard line, and they'll be kicking from about the 18. Maturo is still back in single safety. They're going to try to kick it away from him, and it's short. Going to be down, yeah, because if he didn't touch it there, it would have rolled all the way back. So the ball is going to be at the Lewiston 41-yard line. So Bonnie Eagle will have the ball again going in Lewiston territory. Already up 42-14. Yeah, so all of a sudden, and again, those are the teams that have trouble winning. These are the things, the growing pains that they go through. Anybody goes through with mistakes and turnovers and those kind of things. And when you're playing a really top-notch team like Bonnie Eagle, that is not good news.
No.
So there's the handoff. Oh, new back, number 14, Cam Gardner, going to run it. He got a first down, I believe. Pretty close. No, he's got the first down. It was just a read right up the middle, and then he broke to the right once he got through the line of scrimmage. So Bonnie Eagle's starting to have some liberal substitutions here. Meredith is still in. Ferris is in. Maturo is in. Looks like, no, I'm sorry. Maturo is not in. So it looks like, no, he is back in. So it looks like they're moving people in and out. We hadn't seen Gardner before. So Meredith and Ferris in the backfield. There's the handoff. I think he wasn't sure he wanted to hand it, but jumps over a blocker and gets, I think, another first down. So again, the Scots are down, knocking again. Lewiston with some wholesale substitutions. With just a little over 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter, with Bonnie Eagle leading 42-14.
Just got away from them in a hurry.
Yeah, there's no question about that. It was close, and then all of a sudden, wow. But those good teams have a way of putting you in that situation. Meredith going to hand it off. Again, back up inside for a couple tough ones. You never say that the other team just kind of rolled over. They're playing, Lewiston playing tough. They're hitting. They're excited. They just haven't been able to stem the tide with Bonnie Eagle.
Offensively, they haven't been able to maintain what they started in the first period.
No, from the second period on, they haven't been able to move the ball really at all. I don't remember them even getting a first down, to be honest. Meredith going to hand it off. Maturo. Looks like he's going to pick up a couple of tough yards, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 2 from the 10-yard line. So again, the Scots knocking on the door again. Boy, it seems like they've been down there, doesn't it? Yeah. From the first period on, it seems like they've been down here the whole game. There's a handoff again. Good defense by Lewiston. Number 16, Donovan Jackson, stopped them cold. So it's going to bring up a 4th down. And let's see where they mark it. Good forward progress. So I guess it's 4th and 1 again.
Yeah, got a little help on that tackle from Jacob Dubois as well. So this would be a
nice stop if they can get it.
Absolutely.
But again, they bring in big tight end and
here we go.
And Maturo on a wildcat. He gets a block on the corner. He gets the corner and he's got the first down. Didn't get in the end zone, but he got the first down. He's going to stop the clock because he went out of bounds. Boy, that's quite a weapon, isn't it? When you can just snap into the ball and run, pick a hole in the corner. He got a great block on the corner. I think it was his guard pulled and got out there. And wow, that was.
You can run that wildcat.
Yeah, really. Don't even have to.
Now we get the big package.
Yeah, big guys, and it's Maturo following again for another touchdown. That's his 4th.
8-yard run.
About 8 yards for Bonnie Eagle. We'll get another look at it. Here it is. Oh, I thought there might have been some motion on Ferris. No call. Looks like he came out of his stance just a little early. Just a little early. So McDonald in. He's going to get his varsity letter in this game. Oh, hit the goalpost, and he missed it. I jinxed him.
did.
I was going to say he's going to get his letter kicking all the way through. So McDonald misses one.
2-7, 2-7-8.
And you can feel, Jeff, that it's cooled off just a little bit. We're going to take a 30-second break. And we'll be right back after these messages.
They try to put me back in as quick as possible. The doctors and physical therapists try to tell you what's wrong right away so you can just get it fixed and get back to what you're doing and have your normal life or try even better than what you were before.
It's important for a parent to have someone here in Saco, close to the Biddeford Saco area, because we have a lot of sports teams. When you have your daughter or son that's injured, in my case, my daughter, it's nice to know that you have someone local, someone that you can trust, and someone that is expert in sports injuries.
We're back. 48-14. Here's the kickoff. Lewis going to take it on the 22-yard line. He's going to bring it out to just beyond the 35-yard line. Donovan Jackson. So the Blue Devils now take the ball on their own 35-yard line. It was 1:34 to go here in the third quarter. Jeff's much better at math than I am. He tells me that that extra point would have made the 35-point difference, which means running time. I went to Maine. I'm not able to count that high, but
I went to the Harvard of the North at Farmington. So
yeah, there you go. There we go. No, still Maine, just the other, not the flagship. That's what I always tell my wife. She graduated from Farmington, not the flagship.
Yeah.
So I'd say screen pass. Oh, and there's somebody had him covered.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
So wow, the screen pass was covered, or maybe that was the fake, and Karen rolled out and tried to hit one of his receivers in the flat. That's number 81. That's Dion Hunt. Had a nice article in the paper today. And boy, oh boy, the ball got there really late. He took a licking.
Dylan Jackson took a really good shot on that play.
Oh, it was Jackson? I thought it was Hunt.
Hunt was deeper. The pass
sorry.
was going to number 3, Dylan Jackson, and he got lit up pretty well. Legally.
Oh, no, it was good play.
It was a good contact, but he was just unprotected.
Second down and 10. Karen going to run it himself. Not much there. 1:15 and counting here in the third quarter. Cameron Karen, sophomore quarterback for the Blue Devils. Under a minute now here in the third quarter. Cameron, he's got a man in the pistol. It's Jackson. Oh, he breaks the line of scrimmage. Boy, couple of tough yards, though. That was just what I call zero read option, where he just went down the line, and in the end, the defensive end or whoever's got quarterback comes to you and you pitch the ball, but didn't get around the corner. So 4th down and 8 for the Blue Devils with 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Looks like they maybe going to let the clock run out. Well, they're going to go for it, I guess. Coach Hartley's talking to his quarterback on the sideline. I think the clock's going to run out so they can make the decision after.
Yeah.
So that's it for the third quarter with the score Bonnie Eagle 48, Lewiston 14.
Varsity football is back in action next Friday when the Devils travel to Scarborough High School to take on the Red Storm.
So they'll change ends. This is Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson. You got any updates on scores, Jeff?
I am looking, let's see, Thornton 48, Wyndham nothing. Lawrence 49, Brewer 6. Brunswick 42, Falmouth nothing.
The old alma mater having a tough year.
Yeah, Spruce Mountain 36, Mountain Valley 8, Scarborough 21, Sanford nothing in the third period. Mount Blue's it's a final. They beat Gardner 48 to nothing, and Oxford Hills and Gorham still giving us a 9-6 score at half.
Yeah, Bonnie Bangor and EL is still 7-0 half, so somebody hasn't updated that one yet.
Right. Winslow and MCI are in a battle. That's 27-25 Winslow in the third quarter, so good game there.
So 4th and 8, and the Blue Devils are going for it. I think they figure, what the heck, might as well. Oop. Guess they were trying to draw them offside, and now they're going to take their timeout. So they probably bring their punting unit in now.
So this is a good score. Massabesic 40, Westbrook 6.
Wow.
Since Massabesic
Yeah, you know,
40
yeah, they haven't had a bad year though.
Marshwood.
I'm trying to think of what year they won it. Do you remember? Early 2000s, I guess. But have you been there?
Oh, the facilities.
The facility's fantastic. Of course, you do say there's not much else going on, so you better have all of that.
I was fortunate enough to do the MPA rep for the Class A track meet 2 years ago down there, and it's a wonderful facility.
Yeah.
And very much needed by the community and the school, definitely.
In football, not only do they have turf, they have a towel like this for the visiting side. On the visiting side,
yeah.
I think they just switched sides. So back to kick. Here's the kick. It's going to Maturo. It's going to take a bounce. He's going to scoop it. Oh, he beat the first tackler. He's going to try to get the corner. Nice defense. Number 61, Corbin Martel. Boy, if he'd gotten to that corner, look out, baby. He was off to the races. So Martel with a nice tackle to really save, I think, either a touchdown, if not a long game. Try to get the corner. Nice defense. Number 6. So 11:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. With the Scots up 48-14. That clanker off the goalpost kept it from being running time.
It's a good thing the kid doesn't live in Chicago. They'd be all over.
New quarterback, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Knew everybody. Oh, running up the middle. Number 4. We'll be looking up numbers now, folks.
Zach
Oja. Now, the game against Yale, he had a couple really nice runs. In at quarterback, I believe, is number 15. That is Garrison Emerson. He is a sophomore. Emerson, the sophomore. He has number 14, Gardner, with him.
Number 32, Cecina.
They're going to measure here. Is that Loggins and Messina?
Yeah.
So it's a first down for the Scots. 11:32 to go here in the ball game. Leading the Blue Devils 48-14. Cam Gardner, the quarterback. He's a sophomore. He's going to give it to 14 up the middle. That's Gardner. We saw him run. We saw Gardner run early in the game there, just one time. Emerson's the quarterback. Cam Gardner, the running back. And number 4, Oja. We said, I guess that's how we're going to say it, right, Oja?
I say so.
Suppose you could say OJ, but. Here's a handoff to Oja. He goes right up. He starts to the left and then shoots right up the middle. Going to go out to the left. He's got the first down.
They do a great job of following their block.
Yeah, they really, no question. I mean, if you'd say anything else about them tonight, you would say that they follow their blockers. He got up in the middle, And then he had a blockers to the outside. He cut a little bit to the outside, picked up an extra 4 or 5 yards for a first down on the Lewiston 34-yard line, almost 33.
You got to credit their offensive line. They've done a
They sure have.
great job tonight, opening holes for these guys.
Emerson, he's waiting till the back judge gives him the signal.
Good clock management.
Hand off to Gardner again on the read, right up the middle again. Yeah, what that is, folks, is they're waiting for the back judge to, now with this 40-second clock, he puts his hand up with 10. Hathaway said that's when that tells his quarterback, if you run in motion, that's the time for that. And then they start that count at 5. So what Bonnie Eagle's doing is using as much clock as they possibly can by waiting for that to happen. Now, if you're behind, you aren't going to do that. You're going to snap the ball just as quickly as you can. He's going to wait until he sees that hand go up before he does anything. There's the first signal. A little bit of a low snap. Oja on a cutback. He's going to be close. I think he's got the first down, Jeff. What do you think? Yeah, he's got the first down.
So this will do the chains and keep the clock going. Yeah. Now we're going winding the clock.
So again, this is the young kids from Bonnie Eagle moving the ball a little bit here. I think Lewiston has some young kids in also. It's always a delicate one. You have to really have an understanding and a respect of from both sidelines to say, I'm not going to leave my seniors in if you're putting your young kids in.
Correct.
Again, Emerson waiting for that hand count. He's going to give it again up inside to Gardner.
That's a point when you have veteran coaches who know when to do it, put the substitutes in and take care of it, and as well to be recognized by your opponent on the other side to say, okay, we've done this, and it's time.
It's a tough one if you get way ahead, though, because your kids have to play enough. If you got a tough game next week, you can't have them playing half a game. Yet you don't want to run the score up either. Emerson with Gardner and Oja in the backfield. There's the hand to Gardner. Oh, he's going to go up the middle, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown from about 18 yards away.
Yes, it was.
So Gardner, let's take a look at it. McDonald missed last time. Lewis is going to jump offside. Here's the kick.
It was good.
Kick is good. Did they even? The kick was what? Did he say no? I don't know, but Lewiston jumped off sides. Didn't Lewiston jump offside?
Yeah, I don't think that was offside. What are you talking about?
Okay, here's the touchdown. There's the nice cut, and then he really drives his legs to make sure he gets over. He's being tackled, but he drives it over for the touchdown. Tough run. 54-14.
So I guess the extra point was no good. So.
And I don't understand the end on this side. The man on the line of scrimmage was in the backfield.
A little bit.
He jumped the gun and missed it. I don't know who was on that side as a line judge, but. I always said trying to get the second group of special teams or whatever, boy, that's always trying to make sure that happens. This is Meredith kicking off, line drive. It's going to bounce, taken at about the 20-yard line by number 16 for Lewis and Donovan Jackson. He's going to bring it back to about the 30-yard line with 7 minutes to go. They stop the clock for touchdowns, for penalties, and injuries.
We're running now.
So it is running time, folks. With 7 minutes to go. 54-14. Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson. Karen to Pelletier. Trying to get some yardage. Picks up a couple of tough yards. Coming in from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth and MBR. This is Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson.
What Lewiston needs to do is get something positive out of this drive.
Sure.
Let's get on a positive note.
First down, maybe 2. Be nice.
Yep.
Karen up on the center. High formation. Is a handoff deep. Not much going there.
There's two,
some leakage.
Nigel Tende on the run.
5:45 to go and running time here. 3rd and 9 for the Blue Devils. Started out, Jeff, a pretty close, tight. Lewiston looked like $1 million, and then it's just exploded here in the second half. Well, really the second period on.
They were not the same team after the midway through the first period.
Pass on the flat, and it's dropped. It wasn't probably going to go much. It was good coverage. Going to be tackled anyway. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 9 for the Blue Devils. I think Lewiston, what do you think? Might as well go for it. You know, because I can tell you right now, I think if one of you gets the ball back, they may take a knee, but it's a lot of time. A lot of time. Let's put it this way: they probably won't be throwing the ball. Kevin's a pretty classy guy. Here's a deep pitch, trying to get outside. Oh, he gets around the corner. Isn't going to get much, though, so the ball's going to be turned over. Bonnie Eagle will take over with 4:30 to go here on the Lewiston 31-yard line, it looks like.
Bonnie Eagle will take over as Lewiston's 32-yard line.
So it's running time here. In the second half, in the Federation, if it's more than 35 points or more, it's running time. They stop for penalties, touchdowns, injuries. It might be something else, but I don't think so. The other rule is 40 seconds to run the play. Those kind of things are still in effect, but there's no stop for an incomplete pass and so on.
Correct.
Emerson hands off up inside.
Nolan Davis on the carry, short gain.
Number 40. We haven't called that number before.
That's Nolan Davis.
Nolan Davis. I'm going to guess, he's a junior. So again, Bonnie Eagle with their young kids in, trying to give kids a chance to play in a varsity game under the lights, on the road.
He's going to take 35 to 38 seconds.
Oh, yeah, he's going right to the end. He's not even calling the signals yet, and this kid's, they already know this. Hand off to Oja. Winding his way through. He's going to be stopped, picked up a couple of yards, going to be a 3rd down, and looks like about 4. 54-14 with 2:35 to go here in the ball game from Don Rule Field in Lewiston. And again, the Scots taking their time getting the play. There's 40 seconds. They're going to wait and take their time. run off as much as they possibly can.
I would assume if they get a first down here on this play, then we'll be taking knees after that, I would assume.
There's a signal. He's going to hand it off. Inside, the ball's on the ground. And I believe the Devils have recovered. See if we can get a number there. Maybe number 70?
70 or 63, one of the two.
70 is Dubois, Jacob Dubois, and 63 is Brewer. Keyshawn Brewer is going to hand it off. So the Blue Devils will have the ball with 1:25 to go here in the ball game. And I believe the Devils have recovered.
Or even on the turnover runs as soon as they set the clock.
Yeah, that's true. Turnover is the other thing. Handoff inside. Ooh, leakage and the ball's loose. Looks like initially Lewiston recovered it. So it's going to be second down and 16, 17, looks like 20 almost. Well, yeah, 20. So I don't know what, we couldn't see from here. There were people in the way, but handed off, and then suddenly there was a collision and the ball was loose. Here it is. Yeah, the ball's on the ground. And Karen came up with the recovery. Nice get, Conrad. Thanks for getting that for us.
This will be the last play.
Probably the last play right here. Karen under center. He's going to hand it deep. Again, nothing doing there. And we're going to go under 10 seconds. I'm going to say that that's going to be the last play. The final score will be Bonnie Eagle 54, Lewiston 14. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to wrap it up.
Your local school or group looking to raise money?
Our goal here at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise your program or group the most amount of money possible in the shortest amount of time, hassle-free.
Over the last 3 years, we've been able to raise over $10,000 every year, which has really allowed us to get the extra stuff the kids really need to run a successful program.
One of our biggest goals at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to really develop a relationship on the ground with the coaches, the community, and the boosters that are involved, and help bring them together and understand how important it is to fundraise.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
We're back. Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson. The final score, as we said, is Bonnie Eagle 54, Lewiston 14. Jeff, you want to cover the second half scoring for us?
Sure. Third period, Jacob Humphrey on an 80-yard pass from Keegan Meredith. And the extra point by McDonald made it 35-14. Keegan Meredith in the third period as well on a 7-yard run. Extra point was not good, so it was 42-14. Also in the third period, Zach Maturo on his fourth touchdown of the night on an 8-yard run. Extra point no good, made the score 48-14. And then Cam Gardner finished off the scoring in the fourth period for Bonnie Eagle on an 18-yard run. Extra point no good to give us the final of 54-14. So very impressive by Bonnie Eagle offensively, obviously, all on the ground with the exception of the 80-yard pass, which came after a inadvertent whistle, which had stopped the play, and then
nullified a fumble recovery, we believe, from
nullified what we thought was a fumble recovery, and it gave Bonnie Eagle the ball back at the original line of scrimmage, where all of a sudden they throw a pass, and now we've got an 80-yard catch and run, and any momentum that Lewiston thought they might have had from the potential fumble recovery was out the window and pretty much sealed the game at that point. So to make it a 3-score game, which Offensively, Lewiston had a tough time from the middle of the second period on getting anything going with their ground game. And got to credit Bonnie Yule defensively for putting the stops up, because Lewiston in the first period scored 14 unanswered points.
And moved the ball.
And moved the ball easily. So obviously the defensive adjustments by the Scots were key and much needed. And obviously offensively, their key play for Bonnie Eagle was to run the ball, and they did that quite effectively all night long, David. Yeah.
I think that pretty much wraps it up. This is Dave Wing alongside Jeff Benson. Thanks to Conrad Dougal, our camera person, production, replays. He did it all. So
good job, Conrad.
For the final time, Bonnie Eagle 54, Lewiston 14. We're coming here from the Spectrum Healthcare Partners broadcast booth on MBR. Till next time. See you then.